Hello, welcome to TJD, episode 60. We watched Hellboy 2, The Golden Army.
I'm Ty.
Jake.
And I'm Drew.
Yeah, Drew, this was your pick, Hellboy 2, because of your excitement over the Hellboy reboot. That will be minus Guillermo del Toro,
So
Ron
excited.
Perlman, Jeffrey Tambor. I mean, this film's gonna suck.
You don't even know what the potential of this film is.
I don't think it'll suck.
I don't think so either. I'm just giving him crap.
But yeah, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army was directed in 2008 by Guillermo del Toro, starring Ron Perlman as Hellboy, Selma Blair as Liz, and basically there's not a lot.
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane is a voice of, what's his name?
Dr. Krause.
Dr. Krause, yeah.
Basically that fish from American Dad, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Jeffrey Tambor is, God, I can't think of it. God, what the fuck is his name? He plays the BPRD director.
Doug Jones is
Tom
Abe
Manning.
Sapien.
Yeah, Doug Jones is Abe Sapien. He's in the costume for a couple other things too, like
The Chamberlain.
yeah.
And he also does the Angel of Death.
Yes.
Was he Abe in the first one?
Yep, but he was voiced by David Hyde Pierce.
That's what I thought, but...
And he didn't want credit, or David Hyde Pierce didn't want credit for it because it was Doug Jones's performance, and he didn't want to take that away from him.
That's why he didn't promote the film.
But if you haven't seen the film, it's based on the comic book series from Dark Horse by Mike Mignola, and it's the sequel to the 2004 movie, also directed by Del Toro. This particular installation of Hellboy it's about they tell a tale of I don't know if it's an elven kingdom.
Well, it's pretty much the supernatural kingdom versus man.
Yeah, and
Because there's orcs, there's ogres,
it's like
elves,
magical
yeah.
and enchanted creatures. But it all revolves around this kingdom. They had a golden army created to fight man. It was deemed too powerful for anybody to wield. The golden army lays dormant, and the only way to resurrect it is assembling a crown which can control the army. And then it's all based around Hellboy trying to stop this prince from coming back and taking control of the golden army.
yeah. That's a good synopsis for it.
Sounds like a movie.
Mm-hmm. Jake, were you not impressed with this movie?
I think it's okay. I'm not over the moon for it like Drew, but it's a decent flick.
Rewatching it, I don't know. I feel like the first time I watched it, where, like you, it's decent. It has some very good action sequences, and there are some very good scenes, like when they're drinking together. That is a great scene.
Yeah. When
Abe and Hellboy are having a few beers together, but like the beginning severely lacks.
Well, I won't call this an outright con. I don't want to kick it off with a con. I actually enjoyed the movie a decent amount, but I'll just say that from what I've seen of the first one, and now that I've seen the second one, these movies are a lot slower than I always think they're going to be. I don't know why, just because Hellboy kind of beats people's ass pretty often. Mm-hmm. He's like a big, he's strong, like he throws people around and shit. And he does that, but he doesn't, it takes him a bit to get to that point, because I think that's Guillermo. Like, Guillermo is kind of an interesting pick, but Guillermo makes sense. So here's a pro for Guillermo. Guillermo is one of those directors that's super meticulous, and he has all these little like props that look very intricate, and they have all these clicky parts, and they all go together very nice, and visually it's crazy to look at. And this movie's got that. Like, it's got gears moving around, it's got like the little fucking circle medallions that flip open and open compartments and shit. Like, he's always been really good about like putting cool like props. I guess you'd call them props.
I was gonna say the scenery is great.
Yeah.
How Guillermo, when you go from New York City to what they call it, troll market or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's vastly different, and he creates a whole new world, and it's great. It's wonderful. I love the scenery and the scenes that Guillermo sets up.
That's the thing I love about Del Toro, though. Like, he has a mind for, like, the twisted and dark. Like, anytime you see anything, like, supernatural, or if you've seen any of the movies he creates, like, his creations just come... the way they're portrayed on screen, they're just insane. Like, no one... I would say it's akin to Tim Burton in a way, but he kind of does his own thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's a more colorful Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Because the other thing I was going to say with all the props and shit is this movie's super colorful,
Mm-hmm.
and the Hellboy comic has some of the best fucking coloring I've ever seen. Like, it's just beautiful to look at.
Oh, it is.
Like, very dark colors. Like, it's hard to explain if you've never seen it.
I've never actually seen, like, a true comic, but I've seen, like, stills, like, people had that show it. So I've seen it. It's very different design, too.
There's not really anything like it that I can think of visually. It's kind of its own thing.
The prints itself are beautiful. He goes Mike Mignola. He goes very minimalist with his drawings. There's not a lot to them, but they look just gorgeous and they pop.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love to read them.
And I think it translated pretty good to this movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, and this was actually an original story. The Golden Army never showed up in the comics,
Nope.
nor did the elves.
But Mignola did help Del Toro come up with the story for this, so it's a Mignola original, if you will.
But
He
also
is doing a new one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also a Del Toro original as well, though,
Mm-hmm.
because Del Toro helped write it.
Yes.
So, but you can see a lot of, and I don't know, like, this goes into maybe a con of Del Toro overall, but it's also a pro. It's like, I love his scenery and everything he sets up, but at the same time, things also kind of look the same. Like Pan's Labyrinth, which I know it's the character design, but Ape Sapien kind of looks like that thing that had the eyes in its hand. They just were designed kind of the same way.
But I don't know that I could knock a director for...
They each have their own style, which
Right,
works.
but that'd be like me shitting on Corpse Bride because...
It looks like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well, he didn't direct that.
I know, but...
I trapped you in that.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
I know he didn't direct
I was
it.
like, I wonder if he'll bite. Okay.
Who
did?
It was the guy who did Coraline.
Yeah, you're right. Tom something?
Selleck?
Savini? Tom Savini?
Tom Hanks?
No.
Selleck?
Tom Selleck.
Yes. No. None of this. I don't even think it's Tom. God damn it. Talk about Hellboy.
So I'll give another pro. Perlman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Perlman's great. I mean, he does seem a little forced at the beginning. I don't know why. I just kind of, like, it just didn't seem like it was coming natural for him, but as the movie progressed, I don't know, it just, to me...
He seems stiff?
Yeah. He seems stiff. Also, I think they were just trying to get to the point where Hellboy gets revealed, and they were trying to figure out a way to do that, and it just... So, I don't know in the comics if he's actually known or not.
What the fuck? Director of Coraline was Henry Selick. You said Tom Selleck.
Yeah, it's his brother.
What the fuck, dude? That's weird.
He's not really his brother.
No, but that's still very strange.
I didn't say Tom Selleck. I just said Selleck.
This motherfucker. He's a god among men.
Thank you.
Tom Selleck, yes. That mustache.
What about it?
It's amazing.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure he's given plenty of rides.
Yep, there it is.
Anyways, Perlman.
It's not given rides.
Well, you don't know.
Yes, it's true. Jake, your face.
Sorry, we occasionally spiral down a weird way where I don't think we're gonna go as my phone grazes my nutsack. Blessing me with a tumor, I'm sure.
It is Tuesday.
What better day to get a tumor? I don't know. Perlman's good. I like Perlman.
I genuinely like him in this role, and I liked him in 2004 Hellboy as well. I don't know, he just from everything I've read in the comics, he seems to fit that mold of a character.
Yeah, I think he's got the spirit of him.
Yeah,
the smugness and the arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
Here's something I don't like, and I'm gonna preface it by saying that I have not read all of Hellboy. I have limited exposure to the comics, but a con, I think, is these movies have a weird type of goofy humor to them that I don't think is in the comics, really. It's kind of, I think it's just a PG, maybe the studio decided we need to kind of make it a little more
fun,
appealing to the younger crowd.
I totally agree with you. It seems it's more of all the characters are more aloof, and it's more of a lighthearted thing. Like Mignola has always kind of brought that style where it's like really, really dark and brooding, which you get that with Del Toro, but like it must have been a studio thing because that's not the traditional feel of the comic.
Because the comic almost feels like a pulpy type of like detective, like running
Batman.
around beating the shit out. Yeah, kind of like Batman.
It's very dark, like
a demon Batman.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Why has nobody written Demon Batman?
Well, maybe we should.
Yeah, we could do that.
We copyrighted it. It's ours.
Yeah, no one else.
We called dibs.
Do you think we'll get in trouble with Warner Brothers? Or...
I was gonna say that holds up in copyright law, right?
We call dibs.
You listen to this portion of the audio. We call dibs right here.
Yeah, that'll hold up in court in the law.
Warner Brothers is like, well, I'll just fuck right off then.
I mean, it's
actually we're making a bunch of shitty DC movies, so we need all the money we can get.
I was gonna say, isn't that like when two guys are at the bar and they see a girl? First one called dibs gets them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in Saudi Arabia.
That's a little hot button.
Yeah, that's the FBI. Okay, I need you to get dog food. Never mind. Riveting. Okay.
The FBI's asking you for dog food?
Yeah. We don't care that you're, slandering other countries about their rape laws, but...
I more meant that, like, two guys one calls dibs, his friend can't try and hit on that girl, not literally gets the girl.
Oh.
What do you guys think of Doug Jones? Like, because, I mean, Drew, you've seen these films a lot. Switching from David Hyde Pierce's voice to Doug Jones actually doing the voice, do you really notice? I mean, obviously, besides the British accent.
I don't mind it. I think Doug Jones does a decent job of playing that character.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's okay. Like, I think I enjoyed David Hyde Pierce's voice better with the character. I don't know. Abe Sapien just seems one of those, like, I don't want to say hoity-toity, but more of a scholar.
Mm-hmm.
Which he is. He
yes.
totally is.
So, and I don't know, Doug Jones just has an everyman voice.
Yeah, I thought he was fine.
Yeah, he was fine, but...
And I noticed, I didn't say anything about it because it didn't really take anything away, I didn't think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those, maybe I just don't remember, but I was like, I thought it was David Hyde Pierce. But... Selma Blair? What do we think?
Hot.
Excellent.
Well, yeah, she's hot. What do you think of her acting?
She was good. She was fine. She was just like she was in the first one. Mm-hmm. I don't know Selma Blair's worked that well, though. Like, what else has she been in besides Hellboy?
She's in that, what is that movie with Cameron Diaz and Christina Applegate? I think it's The Sweetest Thing. Yeah, she's in that.
Yeah, didn't see that. I'm sorry.
I'm surprised.
She gets a dick stuck in her mouth in that movie.
Wait, The Sweetest Thing. Who else? What guy was in that? Wasn't there a male actor in that?
I don't remember the male actor in the movie with three hot female leads. I'm sorry.
I thought it was somebody who was very well known. That's why I'm like...
Tony Danza.
I thought it was like
No, you're right. It's somebody.
This is super important.
It is. I'm looking it up.
This is yeah. So
Jason Bateman
Wow.
and Thomas Jane.
Game changer.
yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, Thomas Jane.
Who doesn't want to see
The
Jason
Punisher
Bateman
stick his dick in someone's
Oh.
mouth?
No, it wasn't his. I don't think.
I don't think it was Bateman either. I think it was like some nobody extra.
Yeah, and then she.
And he got to say he stuck his
Well, you didn't actually
I
stick.
know.
They're actors, Ty.
lead
Use a
pipes.
real lead pipe.
She had to hum a song to get it out.
Yeah. Wasn't it Aerosmith?
Yeah, I don't want to close my eyes.
Yeah.
I think don't want to miss a
Well, like
thing.
all the
yeah.
firemen are around. Because it was super glued, wasn't it? I don't know
No,
how.
no, he had a piercing. I think
That's
is what it
right.
was.
And it got stuck in her retainer or something.
Yeah,
Oh my g- I
you never seen that movie?
no.
Yeah, it's good.
Is it actually good?
No, it's whatever.
It's whatever.
I mean, if you want to see Selma Blair blow somebody, then yeah, it's pretty good. While humming Aerosmith.
Chick's like 10 out of 10.
It's literally the only movie where that could happen. I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you ever meet her, you could ask her really nice, but I don't think she's that committed to her craft.
Okay, name a movie I've actually seen her in.
Cruel
Intentions?
Intentions.
Never saw Cruel
What the
Intentions.
fuck's the matter with you?
Fuck.
That's it.
That's it. Well then, yeah.
Was she in anger management? Maybe?
She was in. I think she was in the TV show, not
Maybe.
the movie.
She was in a bunch of Hellboy animated movies.
Well, she would have voiced them, not been in them.
She's in The Fog.
Oh, gosh, I
Obligations.
I saw The Fog. That movie sucked.
I saw The Fog in a movie theater with a girl that I met on Socom 2.
Legally Blonde.
That was a mistake, by the way.
Wait, the date?
Yes.
Was she not good looking?
Well, I mean, she played a lot of Socom 2.
So she didn't shower?
Hey, you're jumping to conclusions.
Am I
No,
wrong?
it was bad. She's like, you can kiss me if you want. I'm like, that's good to know. My dad's here. I'm going to leave.
How old were you?
Not old enough to drive, but old enough to
Play SOCOM.
party? Yeah, to play Socom. Yeah, that's what it was. Old enough to party. And she's like, you want to come out to Bellevue and watch this Fog movie? And about 10 minutes in, I'm like, this was the worst mistake you've ever made.
Why am I watching Superman fight the fog?
I fight this every day when I take a shower. There's nothing exciting about it. It's just mist.
No, it's a different movie.
Yeah, that's a better movie. Fuck that movie. Yeah, that was bad. All right, what do we think about Hellboy?
Did she have a mustache?
No, she wasn't that bad. She was just
Hellboy?
Oh,
a
okay.
monster.
Jeez.
Yeah, mistakes. I had to leave my clan because of that. I couldn't show my face.
I went totally different direction when you said your
Yeah.
clan.
Oh my god. Had to cover up a tattoo.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
even own a pillowcase.
My
For
wife.
SOCOM?
Yeah, of course.
My wife sewed them.
Oh my god. No.
You digging another well or what?
Gaming clan. Alright, we need to move on. Oh, shit.
What'd you guys think of Jeffrey Tambor?
I think he's good.
I love Jeffrey Tambor.
He's good at being the staunchy, kind of
Mm-hmm.
by the rules guy.
But also, like, he's by the rules, but he also is in way over his head.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny to watch him flounder. That's kind of
Mhm.
what he's, like, really good at.
Yep.
And Hellboy loves to push his buttons too.
Yeah. No, I thought he was, yeah. He was
great. And I mean, he gets great reviews for Arrested Development. He gets great reviews for what's that? Was it Transparenting now, or what's that
I
film?
think it's called Transparent. The show
Yeah,
where he's transgender.
yeah. I thought it was Transparenting, but because I thought it was like Train Spotting, but I like.
No, it's nothing like that.
Well, no. I meant the name looked very similar to Train Spotting. That's why I thought it was Transparenting.
No, just transparent. I think.
Well, Drew, I think is checking it.
No, I'm not.
Oh. I will check it because I like to be right.
Teamwork.
Fun fact: this is Seth MacFarlane's first major film debut.
Oh, this was 2008.
Yes,
When was Ted? Is it 2009?
2009, I believe.
I was gonna say 10, but maybe it was 9.
I don't know. You gonna check that too?
Yep.
Wow, we really know our shit. I got a pro.
Sure.
So even though I didn't really bitch, but
2012.
oh shit.
Ted was 2012.
Mhm.
Holy shit.
Wow. Okay. So even though I said Hellboy's pretty hands-on and aggressive and throws people around a lot, when he's doing that, it is pretty fucking cool. There's a lot of breakaway set type shit. He's throwing people through. When they fight in the little
Market.
the market. He throws a guy through an overpass that looks pretty cool. It just kind of breaks away, and I'd say the choreography overall was pretty solid too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering how much Perlman did on his own. I know he said doing this film, he said if they were going to do a third one, it had to be soon after because he was getting so old, his body was aching from doing any of the physical activities. So.
Right.
Well, he was 57 at the time of filming, so.
But
No,
Perlman
that's
looked like
crazy.
he had had a rough life. I mean, I don't know why. Every time
Even a young Perlman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's always kind of just been one of those dudes that looked older than he was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if he did even half the shit that he did in this movie, then yeah, kudos to him.
I'm not sure who did the choreography, or even if they were the same person who did 2004 Hellboy, but the fight scenes are great.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that final one with the prince. That one was very well done with they used all the surroundings, which I really enjoyed because he was using the gears going back and forth, getting oil all over his face.
Mm-hmm.
It was very well done. Use of not only the set pieces for the choreography, but just the fight in general.
Right. Fights are good when you kind of get the environment involved.
Mm-hmm.
I was also impressed with the guy who played the prince. I don't know if that was actually him doing all the fight shit, but that guy, whoever that guy's talented as fuck.
Yeah. He's doing some scary shit with that spear.
Mm-hmm. The Golden Army looks very nice. You could definitely see some of the old CGI make its way to screen every so often. But when they destroyed the bots, one of my favorite parts is when you see them all start going back together, and you see that sequence where the one wheel connects to something else, and it kind of spiders along and grabs the face, and then it kind of spiders up and gets picked up and put back into the soldier, and it's wow, that's pretty cool with all those moving pieces going at once.
Yeah, I agree. I thought they looked really cool, and I thought he did a good job of making it seem like they had weight to them. They seemed really big and menacing, and it really made me think, maybe somebody saw this and said, why don't we let him do Pacific Rim? Or if it was his idea, maybe that was what made him go, okay, I did that on kind of a smaller scale. Maybe I could pull it off if I did a bigger robot.
I was going to say, I forgot about Pacific Rim and that he did it. What do you guys think of Pacific Rim? Because that seemed to divide a lot of people.
I loved it.
I liked it a lot.
I enjoyed it a lot too. Surprisingly enjoyed it.
That's how I felt.
Initially, I didn't think I was gonna like it.
I was like, is this Rock'em Sock'em Robots? What the hell is this gonna be? And then, I watched it and I was like, wow. I had a friend who told me, he's like, I've watched this film 10 times already. I bought the DVD, take it, watch it, you'll thank me. Yeah, I watched it 3 times before I gave it back. I was like, that film...
That's a fun movie.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fun.
That's a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
You sit down and just enjoy the fuck out of that thing.
What worries me is Charlie Hunnam isn't in the second one.
But you got John Boyega.
Yes, it's true. But
Whoa, John Boyega's going to be in the second one?
Yep.
Damn.
But really, what's Boyega done besides Star Wars?
Really, what's fucking Jax Teller done?
Oh, you mean Charlie Hunnam?
Yeah.
He's his son's
Exactly.
name.
He did Sons. He did Arthur.
Yeah, alright. Exactly. I'm sorry, but Charlie Hunnam is not the reason I enjoyed that movie.
No, he was. I liked
He's
him.
fine.
but-
He's
yeah,
fine. But he's kind of like how I feel about Selma Blair in this movie.
Just there.
That he gets my dick hard. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, he's...
Are you really kidding?
No.
I watched that movie for the kaiju.
It delivers.
Mm-hmm.
I got my fucking kaiju. Man, when he pulled that sword out the first time, I think I screamed in the movie theater right as I nutted. Oh! Because it wasn't at Alamo and I could do that.
And then you were like, call the Dragon Zord, let's go!
Where's the White Ranger?
And then they, made a Power Rangers. And
Which did... To go off on Power Rangers a little bit, you hear that the sequel's in trouble?
really?
Because
Why?
it bombed in China. So, like, it was
the
a
first one bombed?
Yeah, the Power Rangers? Yeah. It only made like 1.8 million.
In China?
China.
Yeah.
There's like 500 billion people in China.
Yeah.
500 billion people.
Yeah,
Yes.
that number's not accurate.
I think that's the Earth's population?
No, it's like
It's like
6,
7.
Yeah, it's 7
I know,
billion.
it's-
That'd be bad.
500 billion people.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It had a $100 million budget, not including advertising. And it only, I think, grossed like 65 in America. And only like 35 to 40 million everywhere else, not including China. So they were hoping China would really push it over. And it,
Oh, that didn't happen?
no.
Oh. Maybe if you reboot something and kind of fuck up everything that people liked about it, they tend to frown on it. And you turn it into fucking 16 candles with superpowers.
And a stupid ass Goldar.
Well, it's not really 16 candles. It'd be more Breakfast Club.
Yeah. I
So
would
all
say.
troubled kids
Mm-hmm.
that touch a space rock that gives them super strength.
That gives them chronicle powers. And
What a piece of shit. Haven't even seen it.
I had a friend who saw it, said it wasn't bad, but what they did with Goldar was stupid as hell. He said Goldar was the worst part of the film.
Goldar always sucked. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you.
Am I wearing like I love Goldar or something?
Yeah. Every week.
Dude, I'm gonna make you a t-shirt that says I love Goldar.
Yeah, I'd wear it.
Just because Drew made it for you.
Nah, I just have a lack of shirts.
Oh.
Got this Jason shirt and my work shirt. Oh, I had a red shirt.
Because you're gonna die.
Yeah. I used to have a Foo Fighters shirt, but then Drew made fun of me and I burned it.
And your family?
I burned my family?
No, your family made fun of you too.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd they make fun of you?
They always do.
What's wrong with the Foo Fighters?
Nothing's
I don't
wrong
know.
with the Foo Fighters.
It was just like the only shirt I ever wore.
Oh, okay. I was like,
They started calling me Dave Grohl when I came home.
Oh, loving, caring, supportive family.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about it. I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, but I want to talk about what may have been.
Oh, God, here we go. We get to be
Ron Perlman talked about what the third Hellboy would have been.
we get to be Drew's therapist.
Yeah. So go ahead, Drew.
Okay, so what I'm struggling to understand why they couldn't get this movie made. When they did Hellboy 2, they had a budget of 85 mil, made 160 mil. And they were doing this dance of whether or not this movie was actually going to get made. And so Perlman was trying to get this thing trended on Twitter, so told everybody to use a hashtag Hellboy3. And then if they got over 100,000 people, they were actually going to sit down with Del Toro and Mike Mignola and talk this thing over. Well, they got the number of people, they sat down and talked, and they officially stated that this movie was not going to get made, which broke my fucking heart. Because I like Hellboy.
Mm-hmm.
But they always stipulated that the next movie in the supposed trilogy was going to be Hellboy is the harbinger of destruction. He comes to bring upon the apocalypse of all mankind. And what that would have been like. And he, as well as himself being a father to 2 children. And they had also said that because of the whole religious ideologies and symbolism they have kind of in the realm of Hellboy.
I was gonna say, Selma Blair wears a cross through the whole film.
Well, they said that the 2 kids were supposed to, one of them was supposed to be demonic and the other one was supposed to be angelic. And so I don't know how that would have played a part in the movie, but he was supposed to be this guy who brought upon the destruction of the world, and I don't know.
Which had been flirted with in the first film. You saw Rasputin have a vision of Hellboy destroying the earth, and then they even talked about it. Like, the Angel of Death says, if you save him, he is going to destroy this world.
He's destined to do it. Like, knowing that, do you still want to save him? She says yes. I'll worry about that when I have to deal with it. So, like, if he was like the harbinger of destruction, the bringer of the apocalypse, what do you guys think brings him to that?
I don't know.
Genetics. It's nature, not nurture.
You think a switch just all of a sudden goes
He
off?
just turns into an asshole.
Yep.
Oh wait, not the devil.
He goes full demon. He's like, yeah, you're dead to me. Family, dead to me.
I have no idea.
I was gonna say, honestly, I've never read Hellboy, so I don't know even if that ever actually appears in the comics. I'm sure it has, but I doubt it would be the murder of one of his kids. I'm guessing it has something to do with, like, there's some sort of, because in the first Hellboy, isn't there like some sort of moon or something, and it actually does bring out a bit of evil in him? Maybe,
way Rasputin has everything set up, he calls him by his name, Anangun Rama. Like, he grows the horns back, and they say, unlock the key. Or
I was gonna say, either somebody gets him to do it, like through some ritual,
through coursing, yeah,
or just some sort of event happens that just, like, this is the day that the planets align, and he all of a sudden can't fight it. He can't fight his nature, or at least he tries to fight it, and he fails for a time, and then eventually overcomes it.
He can't fight that feeling anymore?
No.
Deep inside of him?
Why am I you?
I don't know. This is weird, but oddly entertaining. But another reason I heard they didn't make it, though, or at least from what I read, is Del Toro was saying the film probably would have needed to have to double its budget, which would have been around $130 million.
I had heard that too, that he wanted just crazy money.
And for a film that's only making 160, Legendary wasn't,
it's a big risk.
It's a big risk. So, because I think the second one made less than the first one. Or
it did, but still, you make almost double what you put into it.
But that's also, again, not including... What sucks about budgets is they don't have to release their advertising budget. Usually you can get a good estimate. And I remember Hellboy 2 had some tie-ins, some promotional tie-ins.
I think it had its own burger, didn't it?
Yeah. I was going to say, I thought Burger King and it had something together.
Well, I think another thing that didn't help the fact with the box office was that when it came out, the second week it was out, Dark Knight released.
Yeah, that'll fuck your theatrical run up. They probably should have either moved it up or moved it back, but maybe they thought, Batman Begins didn't do, crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that film. Dark Knight is
it's like the number 2 movie next to The Godfather, isn't it? On IMDb. It's one of the most highly rated movies ever made.
So for it to be anywhere near
They were
release time frame for that.
Yeah. They got fucked, basically.
I mean, they made almost double back, but think what they could have made had they not released then.
Yeah. I mean, if I would have... I did. I went to the theater, and I'm sure I was like, Hellboy. I'm going to go see Batman.
Yeah. It's the 4th ranked movie on IMDb.
Oh.
Do you know what the first 3 are?
Well,
Godfather?
The Godfather's up there.
Mm-hmm. It's one of them.
Shawshank's up there.
Yeah, that's number 1.
So one more?
Yep.
Schindler's List?
Nope, right under it.
Fuck. One of the Toy Stories?
No.
No?
No.
What is it?
Godfather Part 2.
Oh, why the fuck didn't I?
Only, one of the greatest sequels of all time.
Terminator 2.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Genesis.
Better movie? I'm gonna get lynched now.
Kane and Lynch.
Yep.
I'll say it for the listener. Eat a dick, Jake.
There it is.
Honestly, I've never seen any of the Godfathers.
They're long.
I know.
Here was the mistake.
There you go.
You know how I hate Gone with the Wind?
Yeah.
We watched The Godfather right after it. It was like a 9-hour day. By the end of it, she's like, fine, you made me watch The Godfather. I'm like, I'm not happy.
I'm
I'm not happy about it either.
Did you always fool around during it?
Nope.
Nope. Wow.
All movies.
With who? This was with your
The
girl.
ex. Yeah.
Oh,
Jake
my
doesn't
God.
fuck around, literally, when it comes to movies.
Well, if it's Heat.
Is that like...
You were in Heat?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No. Heat with Al Pacino and Val Kilmer and De Niro.
Those get you hard? Those
No.
three?
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know. It became a running thing where whenever I would put that on, we ended up having sex. So now I get a boner every time I watch it.
Every time he gets a boner every time he sees Pacino and De Niro.
Yeah.
It Kilmer.
I just hear him go, she got a great ass. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Wait, that wasn't Heat?
Yeah. That's Heat.
She's got a great ass? I thought that was...
And your head is all the way
Oh,
up.
it is Heat. What was I thinking? What film was I thinking?
Jack and Jill.
No, obviously not Jack and Jill.
Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, that Adam Sandler ass, though.
Yeah. I was, for some reason, I think I was thinking of the one where he's blind or whatever with Chris
Oh,
O'Donnell.
The Scent of a Woman?
Yeah.
Why do I know that?
Because Pacino
What's
gets
worse
you hard.
than blinding a great actor and putting him with Chris O'Donnell?
Putting Chris O'Donnell in a Batman movie?
Yeah. They put Coolio in there too, though.
Yeah.
Then they put Alicia Silverstone.
She says she could be a better Batgirl now.
Really?
Yeah.
Now?
that she's chewing up food and spitting it on her kid's face? You ever heard that story?
No.
Yeah, she does that.
I need sources.
And she goes, birds do it, so it must be all right. And I'm like, no, you fucking weirdo. Yeah, she chews food and spits it in her baby's mouth.
That's normal.
Yeah, totally. It'll be a well-adjusted kid.
Yeah. He goes to school. So, does your mom chew up your food and spit it in your mouth too? She comes to lunch. It's hot lunch.
My God. Is there anyone we haven't offended?
Anyone we haven't? Keanu Reeves.
I like Keanu Reeves, though.
I can't take a jab at Keanu.
He's like one of the nicest guys.
It's true. He also has some dark personal history. Like, I think his ex-wife and, like, child were killed in a car accident.
Now it's John Wick.
I never saw John Wick. But...
You're not talking about real life, right?
I thought I was.
Oh my God, are you going to tell me Keanu Reeves is basically John Wick in real life?
Yeah.
Gonna get out there and act the shit out of movies. Actually, he can't do that. I like the guy, but...
Whoa!
Yeah, I've never seen a movie and gone, you know, that Keanu performance just really, really hit me.
Come on, Bill and Ted?
No, he's pretty solid in that.
Yeah.
I like him in The Matrix, too.
Yeah, they, his girlfriend was pregnant, gave birth.
Gave birth?
Bark Bork.
Gave birth to a stillborn child.
Oh.
And then they broke up, and then soon after the breakup, because it put a lot of stress on their relationship. She died in a car accident, so...
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Wasn't he good buddies with River Phoenix, too? I'm pretty sure they were. I think they did a movie together called My Own Private Idaho or something.
That is a movie they did do together, yes.
And I think they're pretty good buddies. Then River OD'd at the Viper Room, and I don't know. According to my mother, they were gay together, but that's something that mothers say and have nothing to base
everybody
it on.
used to think Leonardo DiCaprio was gay because of Titanic or whatever. I remember hearing that rumor all the time.
Dude, I hated Leo.
Why? Because it's Titanic.
I don't know. Well, it was that film made him, like, popular.
Oh.
He was on the cover of, like, every fucking
and
girl
so that
magazine,
was, like,
Tiger Beat.
the rumor going around.
Because people hated him.
I hated him up until I realized he was a fucking phenomenal actor.
Gilbert!
Scary storms out there, mama.
Mama's hiding from Arnie.
But no, we
going
haven't
on.
really shit on Keanu Reeves. Then again, we've never done a Keanu Reeves movie yet, have we?
I
Not
don't
that
think
I
so.
can think
And
of.
this has nothing to do with Hellboy.
Yeah.
For like 10 minutes.
Luke Goss is his name.
Smells like a vampire wiped his ass with it. Best line out of any movie ever. 10 out of 10.
I don't know. I still like some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Alright, anything else with Hellboy 2? I mean, yeah, we're about 50 minutes.
Oh, it's a light one.
Yeah.
It did have some awards.
It did get nominated for an Oscar.
Really?
Yeah. Best makeup or something like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Best achievement in makeup. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Didn't win, but yeah, I definitely could see that.
As far as critical reception goes, it's 7.0 on IMDb and a 78 on Metacritic.
And via Rotten Tomatoes, I looked that up, 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, but 71% user. Yeah.
I guess I could ask a question.
Yeah.
What do you want out of the next Hellboy? To be satisfied.
I want it to be, number one, first and foremost, I want it to be darker. I want it to really capture that feel of Mignola's universe.
Mm-hmm.
Which, not to say that these two past films haven't done that in a certain way, but I think they can do it better.
Right.
I want the guy who plays Hop in Stranger Things, the guy who plays the detective, I want him... I just want him to capture that essence. Like, I want them to do it justice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have a director that is competent enough to deliver a movie like that.
I forget who's directing it.
The guy that did The Descent, which
Ah.
is one of my favorite horror movies ever.
Mine too. So,
I wasn't into it.
Oh, really?
No.
did you not think it was like really dark and fucked up?
It was really dark and fucked up.
You weren't impressed?
I wasn't entertained.
Are you not entertained?
I was not entertained.
Would you say that it was the story? Or the directing? Or do you think it was the acting talent?
Man, it's been years since I've seen it. I think actually, probably honestly, I just wasn't in the mood.
Oh,
That can take anybody out of a movie.
yeah.
I was with a couple friends. We were trying to watch it. And I don't know. Some of it may have been I just wasn't in the mood.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the directing in that movie is phenomenal.
Pretty solid. Pacing's really good.
Mm-hmm.
For a movie about people going
The
into a
spelunking,
cave.
yeah.
It's very quick. Surprisingly. Like, I don't know, that's a movie that kind of came out of nowhere for me and just blew me away. But yeah, I don't know, maybe revisit, but I think he could do very, very well with it. I think his name's Neil Marshall.
But at the same time, you could have great directors, and they try to take over a property, and they don't do well. Like we saw with Ghost Rider 2, where you had the guys who did Crank. We loved Crank.
Right.
And you saw Crank 2 and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
But that movie's a piece of shit.
Sometimes it doesn't transfer
Mm-hmm.
to everything you do. I think he has the potential. In terms of bringing something dark, I think he's going to do pretty well. But in terms of how he would handle, a property like Hellboy, we can only speculate.
And he's got kind of creative freedom because it's rated R to kind of do as he pleases.
I hope he gets DJ Qualls as Abe Sapien.
No.
Who the fuck is DJ Qualls?
Did you ever
Qualls
see
is
the new
dude
guy?
from the New Guy, and he's in
God.
Hustle and Flow, and
I mean, you could probably... What's he doing
Road
right now?
Trip. Absolutely nothing that I'm aware
he
of.
was on a TV show with Jim Jeffries for a while called Legit.
He guest starred on Supernatural a couple times.
For some reason, when you say DJ Qualls, I thought I just jerked off in your French toast. But I think that's...
That's not another teen movie.
Yeah, that's not another teen movie.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, they're in the middle of a song, and the waiter brings their food.
Yeah.
I just jerked off in your French toast.
No, DJ Qualls is like the kid from Road Trip where he's like...
He's Kyle from Road
Yeah,
Trip.
he's like, he slept with the big girl,
Yeah.
and he had the
Did
panties.
you kill a cheetah? I
Yeah.
remember.
I boinked her.
Yeah. Did he ever do anything with French toast? Why do I associate him with French toast?
No.
Because doesn't he eat French toast in Road Trip? And like,
Yeah, there was a guy who
Yeah.
sticks the French toast in his ass in Road Trip.
yeah,
He
it's
makes it-
Horatio. I think it's
Okay.
Horatio Sands is the cook.
Yeah.
And
Is it really Horatio Sands?
Actually-
or that other
Dude,
faceless person from
I think it is.
Idiocracy?
I had-
Whoa. That's so weird.
That's because it's relatively the same scene.
Okay, so that must be what they were making fun of.
Possibly.
Huh.
Yep, it was Horatio Sands. Yeah, right there. Hey, here's the exact scene. Like,
My God.
French toast. Yep.
I have pieces of things in my brain, and sometimes I don't know if they're real. I'm like, French toast? Why?
You need to donate your brain to science just so
So-
people can understand how that thing works.
Terrifying.
Like, how does this brain think that
DJ
Actual-
Qualls and
actual people got railed with lead pipes in a movie?
It's not the quickest brain, but it's mine. Brain. This bitch don't know about Pangea. Copyright strike.
Yep.
Fuck you, YouTube.
But thank you for supporting our video.
Yeah, no. Listeners are great. Unless you report us. Then you can eat a dick. Actually, I don't even think they can report.
They can.
Oh, really?
You can.
I don't think
anybody
anyone
can-
did.
No,
I think
doubt
we
it.
just got caught up in a automated system.
A bot.
Fucking robot.
iRobot.
Yep, I turned into Will Smith for that for a minute.
I thought you were
I'm
Shia
black.
LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
He's in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Oh, I forgot about that.
So Perlman was actually offered the role of Piccolo in Dragon Ball Evolution and turned it down.
Well,
That's-
thank God, because
That's a smart move.
that film was awful. Well, Guillermo turned down like 3 different films to do this as well. Damn it. I had him and I lost him, but I can find him quickly.
Who did?
Guillermo.
Oh, it was Halo was
Yep.
one of them.
Halo was one. One Missed Call, I Am Legend, and Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
So I don't know. I think it was a good decision. I don't know how much Harry Potter raked in, but
Probably a lot.
A lot. It's Harry Potter, and it was the 6th film, so
I think he was dedicated to the project, though. I appreciate his determination to do it.
Mm-hmm. No, Guillermo, when he does something, he wants to see it all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, he did drop out of The Hobbit, but what I like about Guillermo is usually he loves what he does and he wants to see it all the way through. So that's why he did Hellboy 2, Pacific Rim 2 he's doing, because these films are like his children, and it's hard to always find somebody like that. Like, I mean, James Cameron he did the second Aliens, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he didn't touch another one. He's like, I'm fine with it. Terminator, he did 1 and 2, and then like they came back at him with 3, and he told Arnold, go do it for the money. I'm not gonna do it, but go do it for the money. So, and then he sold his soul to promote salvation. Oh, I was talking about Cameron still.
Oh.
He sold his soul to promote salvation.
Now he's making 15 avatars that nobody will possibly give a fuck about.
And what, Universal now has Avatar Land or something like that?
Really?
Something like that, yeah.
Alright, we want to do scenes?
Sure. Drew, this is your pick, so why don't you go ahead?
I know one of you guys is gonna pick that drunk scene, so I'm not gonna pick that one. I'll say probably my favorite scene was when Prince Nuada summons the forest god, and you see him drop this little bean, and it hops down into the sewer and grows into this giant ass like grass elemental type being.
A Bulbasaur.
No, it's bigger than Bulbasaur. This thing is like covering like probably a whole city block. Like it's gigantic, and you see this fight scene ensue with Hellboy and this elemental, and he gets to the top of this building with his giant gun. He calls Big Baby, and he's about to shoot it in the face, and Prince Nuada's on top of this building. And he goes, "What are you waiting for?" He goes, put it out of its misery. Like you're more like us. You don't belong with them. And this thing is the last of its kind. Nobody will ever see something like this again. But it is harming people, and there's general chaos going on. So he kind of has to do his duty and kill the thing. But he feels remorseful afterwards and saying, "Hey, like, do I really belong with the humans, or am I just, some freak?"
Not to shit on your scene, because that's a great scene. It's the scene that follows that, where I was like, what the fuck is this? Because, like, obviously he saved this baby, but then everybody's out to get him. And then he also saved all these people from this giant monster, and they're still blaming him.
Not everybody.
A lot of people, though.
A lot. It was
like the cops. Cops told him to put his hands up, and it's like, are you blind?
Yeah.
Like, did you not see what just happened?
Yeah, you stole the baby. No, he didn't.
Clearly didn't harm it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, I don't know. I always thought that was a weird scene in that film.
It seemed very strange.
Yeah, that part was kind of dumb.
But like, I got the whole thing. Guillermo was trying to like make him question who he should be trusting. But yeah, that was weird. Do you want to do your scene next, Jake?
I was actually going to do the exact same fucking scene
Really?
that you picked. Yeah, because after the plant like dies, it has this nice little cool down moment.
I love that.
Where all the pollen's kind of falling, and it's just like this very serene moment.
It spreads out all that grass.
And the music, this music, like I don't want to say the music in this movie is not good. Like, it is good, but it's like a little orchestral track that kicks on, and it's very different from everything else you've heard. Mm-hmm. So you just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say I was taken aback's not the right word, because that mean
you were a little struck.
Yeah, I was surprised at the emotion that just kind of came out of, you don't expect to see an action scene that ends and kind of hits you with a moment that came out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. So it was, it was cool. But I'll steal that drunk scene, because that's the next best fucking scene, I think.
It is.
When Abe and Hellboy just drink these beers, and they're talking about, being in love, and
Barry Manilow.
Yep, singing together, and that's just a great scene.
That was one of my favorite lines, when he was like, He's like track 8, and he looks at it, he goes, "Yep, I'm gonna need a beer too."
Or he goes, "Oh, you're in love. You're gonna need a beer."
Yeah. And I'm gonna have one. Yeah, it was just it was a little heartfelt moment. I liked it.
No, it was. Mine, I just because of the set piece and like the kind of setup it does, and the design, I'd have to go with the Angel of Death scene when she talks about, because you got that little troll there like, bring me what is mine, and it's like, I've helped you, but then the Angel of Death's like talking about like, hey, so he's going to destroy this world, but you can save him. I can save him. I'm his death bringer. So, and it was a really interesting scene how that played out, and the multiple voices it gave off, and Selma Blair willing to sacrifice possibly the world to just save him, and then her confession that she's pregnant to him. It was great. So I loved that scene.
And just so you know, the Angel of Death lives in Ireland.
Yeah, Northern
in
Ireland.
the ground.
Sounds appropriate. Okay.
All right.
Reviews?
I was going to say, any last things? I mean, I know we talked about box office. We talked about ratings.
I think we got it all.
Okay. Yeah, we can go to reviews. So, Drew, your pick.
I'm a huge fan of Hellboy in general. Like I love the comics by Mignola. I've seen the first one and the second one a bunch of times. I couldn't give you an honest count, but I love the spirit of the movies. Like it's a really cool story. I think the characters are really neat. And Del Toro's a really awesome director. I really like his style and the way he does things. It's very dark and ominous, and he has a way with characters, developing them, and the way you see them on screen is unlike anything I've ever seen. So to actually see Hellboy brought to life is pretty awesome, actually. The film does suffer from some flaws, but I think generally it's a pretty decent action flick. You can sit down with a bowl of popcorn and enjoy this. I've gone back and rewatched it plenty of times, and I think it's genuinely pretty entertaining. So if you like comic book movies, this one's pretty cool. I'd give it a 7.5.
This is my first time ever watching a Hellboy all the way through. For whatever reason, I have only seen bits and pieces of the first one. I think I just kept watching it too late, but it's fun. Like there's nothing offensive. There's nothing that I could there's nothing to hate about this movie, really. It's just you take it for what it is. It's just a fun action movie. It's a little bit slower than I anticipated, especially for like a summer blockbuster type of movie. But that's kind of Del Toro's style, I think. He likes to, like, even fucking Blade 2 takes a while to get going, but once it's going, it's fucking crazy. But I think that's more so something that's a product of Del Toro. But no, I think Perlman's he's Hellboy. Like I can understand why everybody desperately wanted Perlman to come back, and even Perlman himself wanted to do it. It's just he was getting older. Studio didn't want to gamble on it, and it happens. But he I think he did it justice. I think Selma Blair's fine. There's nothing wrong with her really, but she didn't. They didn't really give her much to do. She kind of just hangs out and sets tooth monsters on fire. And Abe he's fine. Like it's weird. It's okay. Like the whole thing's just fine. It's not spectacular. It's not gonna blow your mind, but it's a well-made action movie. Very colorful to look at. Really cool set pieces. Just if you like Hellboy, I can't foresee a reason you would be disappointed. I'd probably give it a 6.
Quickly, I think we mentioned it a little bit, but Seth MacFarlane in this film.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fine.
he's a voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of seems. I know he kind of made a big deal when he was appearing in it because I think they had like a advertisement through Family Guy and American Dad in that at the time. But yeah. All right, just thought I'd ask quick. Hellboy 2. Me personally, I think I still enjoy the first one more. Second one though, I mean, amazing set pieces, especially when they go into the monster realms or whatever you want to call it. Del Toro does great with designs and setup. Perlman is Hellboy, like Hugh Jackman is Wolverine, or Christopher Reeves is Superman. Fuck you, Henry Cavill. But yeah,
What about Brandon Routh?
he was only in one film, so I give him a pass.
He doesn't get a fuck you?
No, I'm fine with Brandon Routh.
Okay, go ahead. I hate you.
I know. I'm not saying he was great. I'm just saying he.
But let's not turn it into Superman.
All right, we'll discuss off air, or not. Anyways, it's a fun film. Like Jake said, it's a little slower, and I kind of felt that at the beginning. I didn't remember how slow it actually started, but it has genuine moments of like fun with the drunk scene, and then there's plenty of other scenes that they tug at you a little bit, like the death scene that he has, or the confrontation with Dr. Krauss and trying to discover more about himself. It was a decent movie, and it's still decent. So, but like I said, I prefer the original, but this film doesn't lose anything. So I'll give it a 6.8.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a decent movie. If you love Hellboy, you're gonna enjoy it. Oh, the other one I was trying to think of was Wesley Snipes' Blade. No one else's Blade.
What about that TV show?
No.
No one acknowledges that show.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Is that Damon Wayans?
No.
Can you imagine, though?
Damon Wayans?
I bet it's some nobody guy.
No, it looked more like Keenan Ivory, I think.
Oh, gosh.
It's not one of the Wayans. I'm just saying that'd be better. We're looking it up.
Yeah, of course I am. I have to know now.
Yeah, Drew has to know.
You gotta be shitting me. The guy's name is Sticky Fingers.
What?
Sticky Fingers. That's his name.
What the fuck?
That's the guy's name,
Sticky Fingers?
Sticky Fingers. He's in Flight of the Phoenix. And next Friday.
That's his real name.
Kirk Jones is his real name.
Okay.
I don't know why they call him Sticky Fingers. But that's his IMDb name.
Sticky?
Yeah, I was going to say, Kirk Jones is what I have.
Sticky Fingers.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say, what? Yeah, Kirk Jones, who's been... He had a music career. Ooh. And he was also in Law & Order, CSI Miami, and NCIS.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know who else was probably in all those?
Huh.
Chris O'Donnell. Nobody cares about him either.
I didn't mind Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah. But did you love him?
No. He was also in Leprechaun Back to the Hood.
Nice.
Number 2.
That's the quality I was looking for.
He was also in House of the Dead 2.
Oh, the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he couldn't even be surprised by it.
I didn't even know there was a second one.
I'm sure Spike TV was like, so you're not going to jail for tax evasion, right? All right, you're Blade.
Jeez.
They would have taken Chris Christopherson.
As Blade?
Yeah. Some motherfucker is always trying to ice skate uphill.
That's for
God,
TV.
my back hurts.
It's for TV, so you gotta edit it.
Oh, mother
Truckers. Mother lovers.
Smells like a vampire wiped his butt with it. Oh, that That just sounds stupid.
Oh.
Maybe it's not the best line ever, but the way that he says it, one of the best things.
It's all about delivery.
You're next, right?
Yep.
What do you got?
So, I realized we haven't done a romantic comedy or chick flick of any sort. So I'm taking it upon myself to be the first one to do that. And I haven't decided which one. I got a couple kicking around. I was thinking Definitely Maybe, starring Ryan Reynolds. I also thought Overboard after watching Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Kurt Russell. But I'll decide, but it'll probably be a romantic comedy. I'm not going to go with something like Pretty Woman or Steel Magnolias. But
Why?
I'll leave that for you, Jake.
I can feel the rating lowering.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I actually enjoy that film. I don't care for Failure to Launch, but How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days isn't bad.
I don't hate that movie.
Yeah.
Which one?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
All right.
It's like, fuck this.
I feel myself getting pneumonia next week.
All right. Well,
sorry guys, I got polio.
Wait, we cured that disease.
No, I got an incurable kind.
Oh, okay.
It's mutated.
It just came back.
I can also melt steel beams with my mind. I did 9/11.
Jeez.
I tried to follow my own logic, and it doesn't check out.
When did you discover this power?
I was gonna say that would imply, yeah, that would mean that I have had the power for a long time.
Yeah,
I've got the power
since you were 12.
Yeah. Well,
all right. Well,
like and subscribe.
It's a weird way to end the pod, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube, Libsyn, Facebook, Twitter, email.
We haven't had a lot of downloads this month.
Oh.
So stop not downloading it. Maybe
stop not downloading.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give us a download, we'd appreciate it.
A share, we'd love it.
Or just ignore us.
Yeah.
I won't take it personally.
We do believe in life after love.
Oh my god. Share.
I said a share.
Yep. I said a share. I made a meme. Bark Bork. Remember when you said Bork?
All right, we're
Borth. He said Borth. She gave
Borth.
Borth.
I said Bork.
Yeah, we're just gonna end this. So.
Yep.
All right. Stay tuned for next week. I'm Ty.
Jake.
And I'm Drew.
Bork.